Hello everyone. Now, probably a few days ago was Fallout New Vegas' birthday. Now, I love Fallout New Vegas. It is my favorite Fallout game, and it was actually the second Fallout game I ever played after Fallout 3, with Fallout 3 being the first Fallout game I ever played. And I loved it so much I have played it ever since. I love this game. Now, this video is not really a defense because everyone loves Fallout New Vegas. I haven't heard a Fallout fan say that Fallout New Vegas is a terrible game. However, this video is simply just me talking about why I love New Vegas so much. So let's just get started. Now, one of my favorite things about this game is that this game is set in Nevada and Las Vegas, which personally I've never been to Las Vegas, but I would love to go to. And just exploring the Mojave Wasteland is just so much fun. I also love the locations that you find in this game, whether it be Goodsprings, Novak, the Repcon test site, New Vegas itself. Like, there's so many great locations, and yes, they could have done more, I feel like. And even though I think the world of New Vegas could have been a little better with like random like encounters and locations, honestly, this is something that Bethesda actually does a lot better, in my opinion, because even in a game like Fallout 76, which people like shit on over and over again, there's still a lot of interesting things to look at compared to New Vegas, where frankly the world's kind of dead. Even though I love this game, the world could have been better, but it's still fantastic to like explore and be in. Now, the story of Fallout New Vegas is definitely the best part about this game, in my opinion. In my opinion, is the best story out of every Fallout game. So, you're a courier who has to deliver a platinum chip to Mr. House of the New Vegas Strip. However, while you're going there, you get ambushed and you get shot in the head by Benny or Matthew Perry. Now, you survive thanks to Doc Mitchell, and you have to go and get the platinum chip back from Benny. While throughout the game, you keep hearing about the coming of the second battle of Hoover Dam between the NCR and Caesar's Legion. It's approaching, everyone is talking about it, and you get to decide what side wins and who rules over New Vegas. You can choose NCR, Legion, Mr. House, or Independent, or Yes Men ending, and decide the fate of Vegas. It's not just the main story, honestly, that is great, but also the side quests, with some of my favorites being Come Fly With Me, That Lucky Old Sun. The companions quests are all great, especially Boone's. And like, they all have amazing backstories. This is something I actually wish Bethesda did better with, is having the backstories that characters have that your companions had in New Vegas, because even the companions who even someone like Boone, who seems like he's just he's just a companion and all that, he has one of the best stories, in my opinion. I just love it. I do wish they did something with the Yes Man ending, and I'll get into that shortly. But I'm not really a big fan of the whole quest line of Yes Man's ending. Now, the gameplay is extremely good in New Vegas. I don't think it's the best gameplay that Fallout has ever had. And personally, I think Fallout 4 and 76 has the best gameplay out of every Fallout game. But the gameplay in New Vegas is still really great. And this is actually something that I actually quite like about Fallout 4. Even though I've said many times I hate that game, which I do, I don't like Fallout 4. That's one thing I actually do like, is the gameplay. The gameplay of Fallout 4 and Fallout 76 is probably the best gameplay Fallout has ever had. Now, the gameplay is the same with how it was in Fallout 3, but with some improvements like iron sights, there's different kind of bullets. Even though I prefer using normal rounds anyway, I don't really use any of the special bullets, really. One of the things I love, actually, is the amount of explosives that you can use in this game. And I just love how you use explosives in this game. Rather than... Something I don't like in both Fallout 4 and 76 is how they changed how you use explosives. They changed explosives to be more like grenades and first-person shooters, rather than how it was in Fallout 3 and New Vegas, which I loved how you use explosives. But yeah, I just love the amount of explosives, whether it be dynamite, frag grenades, plasma grenades. It's just all great. Now, one of the most important things when it comes to RPGs, and really just any game for that matter, are the characters. And New Vegas has fantastic characters like Boone, Kaz, Veronica, Sunny Smiles, Dark Mitchell, Easy Pete, and so much more. Yes, I'm even throwing Easy Pete in there. And like there are so many good characters and there's so much fun to interact with. There's also a lot of dialogue in this game, which I really love. Like just being able to just go through a bunch of dialogue, talking with people, just a like, having a conversation with like a bunch of different options to choose from. It's just so much fun and to like actually talk to people and just finding things out from people, like learning more about the world and everything like that. Now, this one is. These are just small nitpicks I have with this game. Fallout New Vegas does a lot of things right. However, there are some things I do wish that New Vegas actually did. And these are, in my opinion, some missed opportunities. So, the first missed opportunity for me is the fact that they reused the entire Mr. House questline for Yes Man ending. I don't like the Yes Man ending, and it's basically the exact same. It's just the ending is instead of Mr. House being in charge of New Vegas, it's you are in charge of New Vegas. So, but I don't like the Yes Man ending really. I honestly would have, and like I thought about this more and more I played New Vegas. I honestly would have loved instead of a Yes Man ending, replace it with a Powder Ganger ending. Like imagine having an entire quest line where the Powder Gangers they start out as just a normal gang, but then they become so powerful they rule over New Vegas. I would love that. I honestly love the Powder Gangers, and I would have loved if they did. I would have loved if they did more with the Powder Gangers because once you leave Prim, they never show up and all that. And like the Powder Gangers are basically just there and all that. And I felt like it would be kind of cool, especially since I thought it would be kind of cool to have this choice and quest line and all that, and like rise up to power and eventually ruling Vegas. I just felt they are one of the like first few factions you meet, probably the first faction you meet in New Vegas. So I would have loved if like there was actually a quest line where you helped them slowly gain enough power to actually take over Hoover Dam, take over New Vegas. Like that would have been great. But like I love the Powder Gangers. I think the Powder Gangers are awesome, but like I really hate that right now in New Vegas they're basically just there, and then after Prim they just disappear. Like really, you go anywhere else outside of Prim and Goodsprings, you're never gonna see them. And I felt like that. I felt like that could have like worked well with, especially with like the Ghost Town gunfight quest and all that. Like if you choose the Powder Gangers, like in order to do the Powder Gangers quest line, you have to side with the Powder Gangers, take over Goodsprings, and then go to the prison, do some quests there, and then as it goes on, you're able to like get more and more powerful. I felt like that would have been awesome. Another missed opportunity for me personally is the fact there isn't a single Elvis song in this game. Now I know that the license involved just to get one Elvis song would be like the most expensive thing in the world. However, I really think it's a very big missed opportunity that there's not even a single song in this game. And honestly, I'm a little disappointed by it. Las Vegas was like Elvis's city. He loved he loved Vegas. He even made a song, "Viva Las Vegas," because of how much he loved Las Vegas. So I felt like it would have been great to have "Viva Las Vegas" in like Radio New Vegas, like while you're wandering the wasteland. "Viva Las Vegas" comes on. I felt like that's gonna be awesome. Anyway, I know that would probably been the most expensive thing in the world, but I think it's a missed opportunity not to have a single Elvis song in, because I'm a huge Elvis fan. But there is a faction called the Kings, which is basically just Elvis, and that is awesome. Now, the factions in Fallout New Vegas are just so amazing. Some of my favorites being the NCR, the Powder Gangers, the Kings, the Brotherhood Steel, and the Boomers. The lore behind these guys are honestly really good and really fun, and the quests for them as well. My favorite faction is definitely the NCR. I love the armor they have, the lore behind them, the quests that the NCR gives. Are some of my favorites, honestly. Like they are some of my favorites, honestly. And personally, for me, the NCR ending is the canon ending, and honestly, that's going to be my headcanon until, like, if we get a New Vegas 2 and they say, yeah, no, NCR don't win, then yeah, that will change. But personally, for me, the NCR ending is the true ending. But that's just me personally. Now, the DLCs for Fall New Vegas are just so fantastic, with Dead Money actually being my favorite DLC. Even a DLC like Honest Hearts, which I honestly don't like, that's probably my least favorite DLC out of every one of them, still has a great area and a pretty good story, honestly. Like, the DLCs are probably have the best stories out of anything in New Vegas, and there's just so much good things about them. I love exploring Big Mountain, Sierra Madre, The Divide, and even Zion, which is kind of disappointing since the DLC that is in that goes along with it I don't like. I like exploring Zion, but the DLC itself I don't like Honest Hearts. Now, Fallout New Vegas is one of my favorite games ever, and it's actually my favorite Fallout game. There's just so much to love about this game, and even though I do think there are some issues and some things I haven't nitpicked with, they are very small, and I would strongly recommend this game to anyone who has not played New Vegas. It's so much fun, so many great things, and I don't know why anyone would say this game was bad. There are a few bugs, but nothing that bad. This game is honestly fantastic, and I honestly, like, I would love a Fall New Vegas too, but I'm fine with just, I'm fine if there wasn't even a New Vegas 2, because I'm fine just having New Vegas 1.